It was the beginning of 5 days of terror.
I have a victim here with shrapnel in the leg.
Over the next 102 hours, police and federal agents
Shots fired again, shots fired again.
would overcome chaos, emotion, exhaustion, and miscues to track down those responsible as a grateful city and nation applauded.
I'm a marathoner, so I had planned to run that day. I ran the race. It was a beautiful day for running.
Have a great race, everybody.
We did a lot of planning for that race. We had a lot of security.
It was the 117th Boston Marathon, run every year on what's called Patriots' Day. Schools are out, offices closed, the bars are open. It's the best day of the year in Boston. A day-long party, as this fateful surveillance video shows, taken from one of the restaurants along the race route, the Forum. There were no known threats of an attack that day, and nothing seemed suspicious about the two men wearing backpacks who made their way through the crowds. All eyes were on the runners.
I remember coming down Boylston Street. My wife and young son were in the stands cheering me on, and it was just a great race.
After he finished, Boston Police Superintendent Billy Evans headed to the Boston Athletic Club.
Hopped into a hot tub, which it always feels good after the race, and Police Officer Cecil Jones came in and said to me, "Superintendent, I think 2 bombs just went off in Copley Square."
The first bomb was near the finish line.
Are you okay?
And right away, saying to Cecil, "That can't happen here."
Multiple people down here, okay? I don't know what the cause is. Stand by.
And I said, it can't be bombs. It's got to be transformers. Stuff like that doesn't happen here in Boston.
Many in the crowd at the Forum restaurant had the same initial reaction, including Bill Richard, there with his wife and 3 children.
What the hell was that?
Heads turned at the sound of the first blast, about 200 yards away.
Oh my God! Something blew up! Something blew up! Oh my God, something happened!
Over the next 12 seconds, some will decide to leave the Forum area, but most will stay, including the Richard family, unaware the second bomb is planted in a backpack at their feet.
I have a victim here with shrapnel in the leg.
What should have been joy turned into panic and heart-wrenching fear of the worst.
Among the 3 killed, 8-year-old Martin Richard.
Saw quite a few casualties coming back. I saw one guy with his legs gone at the knees, some ankles and feet missing.
I saw the flash, the fire, the smoke, and I just ran as fast as I could.
I seen the fear in people's face. I seen people crying. I seen people leaving that scene very much terrorized. I could see it in their face. Our worst fears came true here in the city of Boston. I was like, oh my God, we got to get who's responsible for this.
I want all the SWAT team to go back to the base right now and get their rifles, get their gear.
What was the early estimation of who was responsible?
Initially, one individual was seen fleeing from the scene, whose clothes looked charred, and at first we seemed to focus on him.
But he was an innocent bystander.
We didn't know what we faced. We didn't know how many bombers we had out there, so we didn't know what we had. We feared there could be 2, 3, 4, 5 more devices out there.
Just 23 minutes after the bombs went off, the 2 bombers, brothers Tamerlan and Johar Tsarnaev, pulled into the parking lot at the Whole Food store in Cambridge to carry out an errand. The younger brother, 19-year-old Johar, strolls into the store and heads to the dairy section. He can't decide whether he's supposed to get whole milk, 2%, or skim.
There's not an ounce, not an iota of a sense of concern or fidgeting on his behalf. I mean, you would think somebody that's involved in something so crazy, so depraved, there'd be this overwhelming amount of adrenaline, and he is calm and cool and collected. He calmly interacts with the store staff.
Outside, the older brother, Tamerlan, is on the phone with a friend, who later told the FBI he asked Tsarnaev about the breaking news of the bombing. Could it have been an accident? Maybe, maybe not, Tamerlan responds. Johar leaves the store, but with the wrong milk. He's sent back inside to exchange it for the right kind. And then they head home with the milk and their dark secret.
Guys, no way, no
In
way.
contrast to the calm of the brothers at the Whole Food store, there was chaos and confusion at the crime scene.
We're looking for every bit of evidence we could. It was a puzzle at that point, and we had to slowly, piece by piece, put it together.
The most important piece of the puzzle came from what's called the CART Lab at the FBI Boston headquarters, where more than 10,000 videos and photos were analyzed.
We were told that the forum had video, a camera, which actually filmed from the front door out towards the street, and we needed to get that digital video recorder as soon as we could. This is the video here that was recovered off of the digital video recorder from the forum.
And this was the starting point then for your video investigation?
This was the starting point, yes.
And when you looked at it, you were looking for what?
At that point, we didn't know. We knew that the explosion happened in the vicinity or somewhere in the camera shot, but we didn't know who we were looking for at that point.
Somewhere in these frames was the bomber, but the agents could not spot him. He was hiding in plain sight, one of the 147 individuals seen in the frames.
So when you first looked at it,
yes,
you couldn't see anything that stuck out?
We couldn't see anything that stuck out.
Back and forth, play, rewind, slow down, zoom in, play, rewind again.
There's so much going on.
There was a lot going on.
That must have been frustrating.
It was very frustrating because we watched it over and over and over again.
This was the bomber they were looking for, the younger Tsarnaev brother. But on that first day and into the night, the FBI agents scrutinizing this video could not spot him.
There was nothing distinct that stood out. As you can see the video here yourself, that there wasn't anything that jumped out at us off the screen that said, this is the subject, this is the person that put the bomb there.
You had this video,
yes,
but you didn't have a suspect.
We did not have a suspect.
That night, the two bombers went out for dinner with a friend at this restaurant. Johar will later send this Twitter message: "Ain't no love in the heart of the city. Stay safe, people." Tamerlan tells the friend, "So what if a kid dies? God will take care of him."
We still do not know who did this or why, and people shouldn't jump to conclusions before we have all the facts. But make no mistake, we will get to the bottom of this, and we will find out who did this. We'll find out why they did this.
It was an emotional week for me. 5 days of sort of hell.
Every second that's going by, we're asking, who did this? Every minute that was going by, we're asking ourselves, well, where are they now? And then every hour that's going by, we're asking, well, what are they going to do next?